Well, it's been 2 days without working on the bus. I had a flare-up in my lower intestine that I'm blaming on too many cheese curds. And, but I did manage to get most of this flooring out, despite it all being glued in and, yeah, really, really tough. But I am definitely still dealing with this wheelchair track. It is bolted through the floor, and there's like a nut on the screw coming up from the bottom of the bus there. So I tried some wrenches and pliers and tools to try to get this off from the bottom of the bus, but couldn't quite figure it out. So my friend Tyler's gonna help me today, and we got a lot of rain last night, so I'm able to see definitely where some leaks were coming in, which I haven't really been able to observe. And then I've got another leak coming in over here. It looks like it's dripping down from this window. So yeah, she's not leak proof. She's not fully rust proof. I'm gonna have to do some big rust removal and treatment in here and patch up all these little holes that go right through the bus. Let's see, there's some good ones. Yeah, so before I can even put flooring down, there is a lot of work left to do. Look at these fun holes. So fun. All right, the journey continues. So this is my friend Tyler's girlfriend, Alonna, and she is working the angle grinder for me. We are trying to get out all the rest of the screws that were rusted in. So, turns out this wheelchair track is the wheelchair track from hell. Probably why the last guy sold the bus, because he couldn't get it out. But I am getting it out with the help of my friend Alonna, and I'll show you. We got 2 of the metal tracks out, but she's had to angle grind them from the bottom and cut the bolts. These 2 have, this one's pretty much bolted every 2 inches across and at a very hard place to reach. This one just has 3 more bolts there and 1 more bolt there, but all really hard for her to get to. So we are not sure exactly how these last 2 tracks are coming out. On top of that, the wood paneling here too is just not popping out like all these other pieces. I could get out in like 1 piece once I got a good angle on it. And this one's just shredding in here, super rotted. So I'm super grateful to get this out, but we're just not sure how we're gonna do the rest. We gotta figure this out. So in order to get these out, we have determined we need to just yeah. So we are grinding these out from the top, and it is, yeah. She is a beast to get this for me. They're just, we gotta pop them from the top. Woo, doggy. Well on it.
That's what happens.
What can I see? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shit. This flooring sucks. Oh, there it goes. So we got it almost all out. There's still some flooring stuck in the floor and still one more track here that we're going to try to cut out on Saturday with a little bigger blade or wheel on the angle grinder. But yeah, as far as demolition goes, this has been a bitch. Well, good morning. It got to freezing last night. And it's been a cold, dark morning, so just kind of getting going here. We definitely left things kind of still in motion. You can see a ply bars still like wrenched in there, so it's kind of nice. I've got a edge to start on. And I don't have a ton to do today. I mean, kind of. It's going to be a lot of little stuff. Just getting this fully cleaned. If I can get everything out besides this last track, which we're going to tackle tomorrow morning, I might try to put rust converter in the whole bus today and start that process. Because even if it's just tacky tomorrow, we can maybe just kind of walk over it and get this piece out. I don't know. We probably shouldn't have sparks flying on rust converter, though. It's probably pretty flammable. I'll have to double check that. Yeah, race against the weather right now. Would not suggest starting a bus conversion in the fall. But the timing of this just was meant to be. So I've been working for about an hour on this last strip of wood here, and it just keeps shredding under the ply bar. And there are these rusted screws throughout, and they glued it. Like, this was built so crazy good, it's ridiculous. But now it's like, I'm so happy to have it almost done. There, I say that as far as almost getting this section out, but I probably still have at least an hour left trying to get all this shredded stuff up. It just completely falls apart as you're trying to pop it off the bus. So we'll see. Definitely, this was a huge leverage point just now, getting this bar up, this last panel, because I can't get the last section of this panel off. Right now it's like stuck. There's all this adhesive on the ground, on the floor of the bus, and yeah, she's gonna be interesting flooring project, something I thought I could get much further on in this time span, but we're gonna get as far as we can get. That's all we can do. It's called satisfaction. But this last bit is called hell. You see all this adhesive on there? I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Oh man. It's gonna take a lot of work to get all this last bit out. But once it's out, it's out. And then there's just this track left. That's it. So I got this. So I got all of the flooring panels out now. There's still some wood shards glued to the ground that I'm gonna have to kind of chisel out. But I'm gonna do a sweep up first and clean it up in here and look at my nice empty floors besides this last wheelchair track right next to me here. So I am feeling pretty good. That last bit of paneling didn't take me as long as I thought, but it's definitely going to take me some time going around and cleaning up the extra shards that are all glued down like it's like a military grade glue. It is not meant to be a substance, but it exists. I hope I can find it for my bus build because I'd love to glue down my floors this well. Sure wasn't fun getting up though, but in some way it was fun. So trying to take it for what it was. Definitely a huge lesson in demolition. So I feel like I can handle a demolition project of, minimal proportions at this point. I'm not about to use a crane, but I think I can learn how to use a crane and a wrecking ball. Okay, next project, sweep it up. Hey, voila, the floors are swept. It's gonna be really tedious getting out these last little slivers and then like giving it a wash. And I don't know what to do about some of this adhesive. They have it in like full corners on the edge of the wheel wells and it just doesn't move. Like, I don't know. might just stay in the bus since it seems to be everlasting material. We might just leave it. But we're gonna get everything else out, and then I might still even get that rust treatment in this afternoon. It's about 11 a.m. right now. This took me about 2 hours so far, hour and a half. Then this next step, I don't know how long it'll take me. Hopefully around just an hour. Then I can break for lunch. Well, we got rain. That's kind of sleety. Oh, just dropped my safety goggles. But yeah, little snowy, sleety rain. So I guess that tarp's not gonna dry out today like I hoped. But we are getting closer in here. I have swept twice, which now that's taken almost more calories than the demolition. But I'm able to get out a lot of these screws. Thankfully, the rusted ones will get grinded out when Alonna gets back tomorrow. And then we're just gonna cut through this last track. Just gotta cut it into chunks because if you can see, there are bolts every about 3 inches or so all the way down the track, and we can't get them from the bottom of the bus, so we got to just cut through them on the top, which is a lot of sparks and fun and excitement. So yeah, thankfully the sun's coming out with the rain, but definitely not ideal weather for the full operation. Things get wet. So I got all the wood pieces out of the bus, at least all that I could without an angle grinder. There's wood that's so stuck to this adhesive that there's no way I can remove it without some kind of grinder, which my friend Alonna is going to bring tomorrow. I used a belt sander, but the adhesive just like made it slick pretty quick. It just kind of stuck to the sand belt and didn't really get too far. So yeah, this adhesive is really awful. I'm not quite sure exactly if I'll be able to get all of it out with a wire brush attachment on a angle grinder. but I'm going to try that tomorrow with Alonna. We're going to take out this last piece of the wheelchair track. That will be very good to get out of here. And besides that, we got to like do a huge clean. Just like I want to use a leaf blower to blow out all the dust, and then go over with a mop, let it dry, and I hope at that point it'll be ready to just put some rust converter on, let that dry, put some primer on, let that dry, and then I'll be able to head to my next location, because at that point it'll be time for me to leave this location, and hopefully I can get that all done within the next week here. I'm about a week left here, and the dry time on a lot of this is going to be what's really tricky, is just making sure that I can get it done in time with the drying that needs to occur, and the temperature and humidity. So lots of factors against me, but one of the things I had for encouragement today is a local kombucha from Door County, and this flavor is Bee Power, and it says on the side, accomplish the impossible. And this just has oolong tea kombucha and then Wisconsin harvested bee pollen. So it's just like a plain kombucha with some bee pollen in there. It's really, really yummy. Their artwork is incredible. I think the company is called, I'm not quite sure, Tapuat Brewing? Tapuat? Okay, I murdered that one. Yeah, but this and accomplish the impossible is my mantra for today. And cheers to that. Nice. It's going through them?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because I see them pop up, they get a little loose. So.
Woo!
Alright, we got two.
Sweet, that's going fast.
Giving me grief though. Yeah, I got, like I said, still chewing up the wheel because it's heating up from the.
Yeah.
Alright, come here, buddy.
But better than going from the top, huh?
Right. Yeah.
Nice. We got it, or I should say Alonna got it. Do the honors, Alonna. Throw it on out. Woo!
Too many bolts in that.
Too many bolts. Out she goes. Give it a nice chuck. You're going to the back. Woo! Lovely. Now my bus has just one more wood glue strip, and then we can treat for rust finally and start putting in some flooring. Well, I am a very, very happy girl right now. We got out this last wheelchair track, and it went a lot faster than we thought. She cut with the angle grinder along the side, and I used the ply bar to just keep popping them up as she was cutting through them. And you can see this adhesive still has some wood shavings and stuff. So what I started doing was going around and painting anything with adhesive with this citrus solvent stripper. So I'm now going to paint this stuff with that as well. Sweep out everything, let it sit for the night. And ideally tomorrow I'll be able to buff out all this glue and some of this rust. And then we'll do a deep clean and then put on the rust converter. And we are on track now that the wheelchair track is out of the bus. What a day.